Okay, imagine this, a secret Soviet space station, packed with cutting-edge military tech, plummeting into Earth's atmosphere in 1977. No big deal, right? Except this wasn't just any space station. This was Salyut 5, part of a shadowy Cold War program designed to spy on the US from orbit. Today, we're diving into why this mission matters, what it reveals about the high-stakes world of space espionage, and why its legacy still feels relevant as governments race to militarize space. Let's go. First off, why should you care about a space station that burned up over 40 years ago? Because Salyut 5 wasn't just a scientific experiment, it was a weaponized eye in the sky. The Soviets built it to test reconnaissance tech, snapping high-res photos of American military sites. Think of it as the orbital equivalent of a stealth spy plane, but with the added challenge of zero gravity and 1970s tech. What's fascinating here is how openly secretive the whole program was. They called it Salyut to disguise it as a civilian project, but insiders knew it was Almaz, their answer to the US manned orbiting laboratory. A detail I find fascinating. The US cancelled its spy station in 1969, leaving the Soviets to pursue this gambit alone. Why? Maybe because the tech wasn't there yet, or maybe because both sides realized how dangerous it was to turn space into a battlefield. Now, let's talk about the drama. Salyut 5 launched in 1976, but its crew missions were a mess. Soyuz 21 docked successfully but fled after weeks of headaches caused by a mysterious chemical leak. Was it fuel? A life support glitch? We still don't know. Then Soyuz 23 tried to dock in 1976 but failed so spectacularly it crash-landed in a frozen lake, the only Soyuz capsule ever to splash down in water. If you take a step back and think about it, these failures weren't just engineering hiccups. They exposed how fragile space travel was back then. Modern astronauts have redundancies and AI-guided docking, but these cosmonauts were flying blind with analog systems. One small glitch meant disaster. And yet, they kept trying. The final crew, Soyuz 24, pulled off an 18-day mission in 1977. But here's the kicker, they vented the station's entire atmosphere to purge toxins before moving in. Imagine opening a door to space just to air out your home. That's not maintenance, that's improvisation. They even sent a film capsule back to Earth with their spy photos. But by mid-1977, Salyut 5 was out of fuel, unable to adjust its orbit. The fourth crewed mission got scrapped, and the station burned up that August. What many people don't realize is that this wasn't a failure, it was a calculated end. The Soviets had what they needed, proof that orbital reconnaissance was possible. They pivoted to Salyut 6 and 7, focusing on science, but the military kept building spy satellites. The line between civilian and military space programs. It's always been blurry. This raises a deeper question, was Salyut 5 a triumph or a warning? From my perspective, it's both. The station pushed human ingenuity, working in space is hard enough without adding espionage to the mix. But it also highlights how easily innovation gets weaponized. Today, countries are developing anti-satellite weapons and space-based surveillance networks. China, Russia, and the US are all racing to dominate this domain. Salyut 5's story isn't just history, it's a blueprint. The Cold War might have ended, but the fight for control of space never stopped. It's just quieter now. So here's my closing thought, should space remain a zone of peace, or is militarization inevitable? The Soviets tried to weaponize orbit, but Salyut 5's struggles show how risky that path is. As private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin open space to civilians, we've got a choice. Do we learn from the past, or repeat it? Drop your thoughts below, let's debate this. And if you like this deep dive into space history, smash that like button and subscribe. We're always unpacking the weird, wild, and sometimes terrifying stories behind humanity's quest to conquer the stars.